everybody. Welcome back to America. I am DB Frick. Thank you for joining us tonight. We have so much awesome show for you. We have so many funny things that I don't want to waste any time. Firstly, I was driving today and I realized something, that the mask is great. If you look, it's great for hiding double, triple, and quadruple chins.
Wow.
You can really, I feel good in it.
And it's sexy too.
Yeah, anyway, we'll just show off the double chins, right? There you go. Something else, Millie, I bought us some lights.
Oh, I love lights.
There you go.
Wow.
Bought us some lights for the show.
Disco
DB?
I don't, Dan, I think it's supposed to be disco.
All right, forget it.
Okay.
It's terrible.
All right, sorry. I like it.
Anyway, as always, my producer / mechanic, Millie Michaels, is here.
I'm not a mechanic.
Yeah, you're my mechanic. She helped me fill my tank.
Okay.
What do we got going on today, Millie?
Sure. Well, you know, there was a 5.1 earthquake in North Carolina. Hasn't happened since 1916.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
You know, even the earthquakes are leaving California. Even the earthquakes.
Can't blame them, right?
No, you can't really blame them. But I lived in Los Angeles. I lived in the California area for many years, and there were earthquakes every day.
Yes.
There were like 10 to 15 a day. That's like an average, and you don't feel them.
That's crazy.
But yeah, they're there all the time. And we've had them here too in New York. We've had a handful. You know, I felt something in LA once. Have you ever been in an earthquake?
Yes, San Fernando Valley. There was one. I was at Ralph's supermarket, shopping, of course, and I was on the checkout, and the floor started rolling, and things were happening to the conveyor belt, and everyone started yelling and hiding, and of course, I run right for the exit with his all glass panes, but I was safe. Everything was good, except I'm not good in situations like that.
No, nobody is really good in situations like that. That's
well, I'm really bad.
That's a tough one. And just being at Ralph's, I like how you justified I was shopping at Ralph's because one would be doing anything else. What else do we have going on in the news?
Okay, well, Trump signed executive orders for the economic relief. $400 he's giving to be an incentive for them to go back to work.
I mean, realistically, giving people free money isn't incentive to go back to work. I think people need it. Many people need that right now. A lot of people work off the books, and that's the issue. And you're not supposed to be working off the books, but people do. And I don't think it'll ever happen, though, because it's going to take so many weeks for that to happen, for his executive orders to be pressed into our lives. So I think the HEALS Act will probably be passed by then. So I think we'll be okay, but it's going to be lower money. They're going to offer $200, and Trump's going to be able to say, "Hey, I wanted to give you guys more, but I couldn't." Say something like that. I tried.
Oh boy. All right.
Yeah. What else we got going on?
We have the Missouri Republican congressional candidate Anthony Rogers won his primary after spending $28.
$28. We're actually going to have Anthony Rogers on our show in the next couple of weeks.
Wow.
I think this is amazing that you can run for Congress on $28. That should be across the board. It shouldn't cost money to run for anything as long as you can get the people behind you.
Yes.
And I actually look forward to talking to this guy. He's very interesting. He's a comedian. He's an actor. He worked for Amazon and Netflix, and I'm looking forward to talking to him.
Yeah, and he's bringing back the Lincoln look. I like that.
Yeah, he's got a big, long beard, and that would be great to see in Congress, because most of those guys are like clean-shaven. Not many of them have beards. And you know what? Not a lot of redheads in Congress either. There is one. There's a Kennedy. There's a redheaded Kennedy. I think he's like, they didn't make a big deal out about that. Like, he's the first redheaded ever. Why wouldn't the media?
They're jealous.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be a ginger.
Okay, well, I've heard bad things about that.
Okay.
I don't know, I can't say. All right. So here on Long Island, we had a storm we couldn't pronounce.
Right. As...
Is I-C...
Esai Morales. Ezra, better than Ezra. Esius Isis. They might have just called it, might as well, called it ISIS, right? Yeah.
What happened to the common names?
Yeah, like Dan or Millie, like those.
Or Sandy or Irene or
Gloria,
Joe.
It's never like Hurricane Joe or Jim or never. It's like, It's always
Yeah,
some
you're
big.
right. It's always a woman. What's up
Yeah,
with that?
Gloria. That was a big one in the 80s.
That
You
was
remember that?
a huge
yeah,
one.
That was a huge one.
Yeah, that was the biggie.
Yeah.
So was Sandy.
Yeah,
Even
Sandy
though
was
it's such a cute name.
It is. It is. It makes me think of Greece. Sandy.
Sandy.
Yeah,
That's name. But all right, doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So anyway, so I'm excited about this. Mike Tyson is going to. Well, he started already to be on Shark Week on Discovery. 7 days worth of Mike Tyson getting ready to go ahead and beat the heck out of a shark.
That would be so cool to see him punch a shark and then hit the shark in its face with its elbow.
Yes,
That would be just like he used to do. That would
Yes,
be awesome.
or bite the fin.
Oh, bite a fin off. That's
Bite
why
the
he got that job,
Oh.
because everyone all week is going to be sitting home. He's going to bite that shark. I know he's going to bite that shark.
But you
That's
know,
not going to happen.
he doesn't even like to step in the water. He's afraid. So they're going to spend the first couple of days trying to get him into the water. That's number one. Number two, he's taking lessons from an Australian seal who actually got a leg and an arm bit the same day back in, I believe, 2019 or 2009. Doesn't matter. He lost both limbs.
So he's a Navy SEAL. He lost his limbs. He works on Shark Week. Maybe the shark thought he was a seal, like really a seal, and not just a Navy SEAL.
Maybe.
That's a stupid joke.
But that's normally what happens, though. They think it's another animal when they're paddling on the.
Sure, of course, it can be anything. They don't know that we're humans. They don't study. They'll taste our blood like a mile away or something like that.
Yeah. But they're very loving animals, I've heard.
I've seen people recently like hugging sharks underwater, and I'm like, what's
Yeah.
happening to the world? That's so end of the world-ish.
Is it?
And a shark's running for president. I heard. Did you hear that in the news?
No, I didn't, but maybe I better check.
What else? What else is going on? I think we have.
I don't. What about Teletubbies?
Yeah, the Teletubbies.
Yeah, that's terrible. So Hasbro had to do a recall on the troll dolls. Were pulled for abuse.
Right.
Yeah, there's parents who complained that the sound activation button is inappropriately placed under the doll's skirt and between her legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, conditioning our children to think pedophilia is okay.
Yeah, someone high up in marketing definitely came up with that idea who knew what they were doing. There's no way that happens by accident. It happens with toys all the time. Look at the Bratz dolls from like 10, 15 years ago. Those were like little 5-year-old sluts. And they had a baby version of it too. They had baby Bratz. And they would dress the babies up like little hookers.
Right, but they were upscale, you know.
They were upscale hookers. No, you're right. And we would know. We would know.
I would.
So
I've seen them.
we got a lot of show coming up for you. We're going to show the cartoon of mine. We're going to show a couple of scenes from my sitcom, Comic Genius. We got Matt McManus coming up of McMayhem. He's a very funny guy. Prankster. He's an actor, writer, cross-dresser, comedian, rapper. The guy does everything. We also have Billy Mira here. Billy Mears from the Howard Stern Show, did a lot of voices, very famous for that. He was an MMA host for a while. He was a rock star in the 80s, opened up for bands like Dokken. He opened up for Dokken. So Billy Mears is going to be here, and so stay tuned to Welcome Back to America. Thanks for coming by.
See you.
Welcome back to America. This is DB Frick. Someone on the phone again? Is that... hello? What's going on? What's up?
Hello? It's
Is that...
Tony from New Jersey, for Philly Atado.
You're looking for Phil Leotardo? No, is that James Gandolfini? James Gandolfini, is that you?
No, this is Tony Soprano. I'm holding for Phil Leotardo. I was told to be here.
No, I think you might have gotten the wrong Zoom room.
Frick, what the frick is on?
Mr. Soprano, I'm really sorry about that. I actually hope I didn't piss you off or anything, but I wouldn't want to upset you. So, whatever you need, I'll help you out.
Well, if this isn't Filiatoto's line, who the frick are you?
I'm DB Frick. This is Welcome Back to America. This is a TV show.
Oh, the TV guy.
Yeah. You've seen it. You've seen the TV show. Huh?
Yeah, last season it sucked, all right, to be blunt. I'm not happy with the show. So I really don't know why you're doing a second season, quite frankly. Because I think you got to write a little better.
Wow, that you've really cut to the core, Mr. Soprano. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I invested a lot of frickin' money in this show, and you haven't been paying your fair share. You're supposed to be kicking up to my Uncle Junior.
Quarantine, I haven't been able to get out, I haven't been able to bring any of the money around. I haven't been able to make any of my regular payments.
All right, don't cry to me. I know what the frick is going on. We were recession-proof, but the strip clubs are shut down. I can't even get the executive card game. None of that shit. The frickin' disgrace.
Well, what can we do to fix it?
I don't know. We got to think of something quick. Because my uncle's going to start losing his patience.
Look, I can't get out. I'm not going to be able. I got the money. I got the money here. I mean, I have it in a bag right next to me right here. But
oh, you got the cash. Good. All right, listen. Disinfect that shit. I don't want any freaking coronavirus. Spray it with freaking microban or whatever the frick. Spray it and then hand the bag off, and I'll leave it in the sunlight for like 6 hours.
Yes, Mr. Soprano.
All right, good. You're a good kid.
Thanks, Mr. Soprano. I'll do my best in trying to cancel the show for you.
Well, I mean, if you can improve it, then keep it going. But as of now, I don't see it.
All right. Well, I hope we get you to watch again.
I didn't mean to bite your head off, but I know you're trying. But you got to do a little better job.
I hope you find Phil, Mr. Soprano.
Yeah, because the spool on the Esplanade is way to frick off.
I'll work on it. I mean,
all right, good.
I'll do my best,
I know you will.
You can only break my ankles so many times.
Don't worry, you're covered.
All right. Thanks, Tone.
You're very welcome. And remember, I'm not James Gandolfini. You called me Gandolfini before.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I'm a character. I live forever as long as you keep paying for HBO.
HBO, of course.
Yeah, don't forget to pay your bill.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Soprano. I can't believe it.
All right, take care.
Take care. Thanks for coming on.
You're welcome.
Lion cubs, my arch nemesis. Such cruel animals, the baby lion cub. another one for my pet collection. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him a trapper. I think that's how that cliche goes. I'm Baron von Trapper of the Dusseldorf von Trappers, and no one can stop me. There is no escaping.
Checkmate, robot. Silly mistake on your part.
Does Steve really think I don't let him win?
King, it looks like we have some issues in Africa. Now that tickled. Stop that.
I'm sorry, General?
Getting myself a pedicure. It's been almost a fortnight since my last one. Back to the point. Some crazed hunter named Baron von Trapper is trying to get in the Guinness Book of World Records for largest pelt collection. We're gonna need you to head to Africa forthwith.
Baron von Trapper? I remember that name well.
What's this?
A lone baby cub?
Mr. King, finally a chance to kill all my birds with the one leading to water. I'm Baron von Trapper, and trappers never lose. That's what Daddy always said. Or was it, never try too hard, you'll hurt yourself? No matter.
I think you got your cliches mixed up. You smuggled your last pelt, Pelty von Pelt Stealer.
It is I who shall have the laugh last. You stupid, King?
Last laugh. Get your cliches straight.
Now I win, cause you are going to die. Now that sounds evil. Now I'll get into the Guinness Book of World Records for killing the most kings. Is that too many hearts? Oh well. You may have won the battle, but you will not win the battle. Next time, I'm Baron von Trapper, the trappingest of all trappers.
Don't worry, little lion cub. We're going to be fine. Do you have a name, little one? Well, I'm gonna name you Freefall. Freefall, don't worry. You're going to be fine. Another slick performance, might I add.
I've got some bad news, King. Looks like Dr. Bad has escaped prison.
Dr. Bad, I'm coming to get you.
I'm just getting so sick of all of the stealing.
You're purloining what's yours. It's not stealing. Think of it as embezzlement.
Where's my weed?
You probably smoked it.
I wish Norman Rockwell could be here to capture this beautiful family moment.
Okay, wish me luck today that the manager doesn't see me.
You know what Dad always said? Fricks never get caught.
The problem is, we are not Fricks. I'm Kane, and Ma Barker has several Russian and Ukrainian aliases.
Okay, no, I have one Russian ID, and thank God for that because it saved us $80,000 in food in the last 10 years. You're welcome.
Well, listen. It's a Forrest Gump reference. My cleverness is entirely wasted on this family.
Okay, all this stealing has gotten me horny, so I think I'm gonna swipe on Tinder.
Oh, whoa. I talked to him last time. It is not my turn.
Okay, it's 4:20. Who's calling? He knows better than that. And that's the phone I gave him.
Hey, could I maybe once go to class without smelling like pot?
No, you can't.
Why is he even calling? He's going to be home tomorrow.
Answer it. He'll think we're avoiding him.
We are avoiding him. Oh, bummer. We didn't catch it.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Dan, thanks for picking up. Listen, are Mom and Sloan there?
No, we're alone.
Good. Because, let me tell you, I've been doing a lot of, thinking about myself in here, my life, and the way things went. A lot of introspection and self-healing, And I really want to turn my life around. So, can you do me a favor? Can you get me those one of those little blue pills when I get out? The Viagra, for sex?
Are you serious? 20 years in prison, and the first thing you think about is this?
Gee, when you kind of say it like that, I guess I need to do a little bit more introspecting. But I mean it, man. I'm really changing my life around, Dan. I mean, when I get out of here, it's going to be no more fraud, no more stealing, no more chicanery.
Chicanery? Do you even know what that means?
No, but the prison chaplain does, and he uses it all the time, so I figured I should use it too. I just can't wait to get out of here and breathe the fresh air.
Oh, there's something you can't steal. Why don't you just concentrate on your relationship with your daughter?
Yeah. Listen, I gotta go because the battery on the phone is going. Mom snuck me in an Android. I told her to get me an iPhone, but I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, really, I want to say thank you again for getting me that tattoo gig at Comic Genius. I gotta go. Dad'd be real proud of you.
Wait, what do you mean? Steve, tattoo parlor, what are you talking about? Ma, did you tell Steve I was going to hire him at the tattoo parlor?
She's doing the thing where she pretends to be asleep to avoid accountability.
I know.
Wow, I can't believe it. I mean, everything seems so different, just so new.
Yeah, not really. It's all just mountains and buildings and houses and trees. It's all the same. You want to just go back?
No, I don't want to just go back. Hey, let me ask you a question. Is stealing toilet paper still illegal?
Yes. Stealing anything is still against the law.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
It's not legal. It's because in Amsterdam they legalized a lot of stuff.
Not stealing.
Really?
Yeah.
So still not good.
No stealing. All right. Keep in mind, we're going to have to sleep in the same bed for a few days until your mattress comes.
Of course I'm okay with that. I've been sleeping with men for the last 20 years.
Yeah, quit bragging. I'm not sure if I feel better or worse now. Just concentrate on your relationship with your daughter.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I spent 20 years in and out of prisons. All right? I can't believe Amy left me. I'm the victim here. I mean, at least I have an excuse why I left her. I was in prison.
Yeah, I still think that was really stupid to tell the judge that.
Perhaps an error in judgment at the time.
Maybe we should listen to some music.
Music. Always bonds people.
Yeah, always buzzes. There, it's Juice Newton, Queen of Hearts. Dad always sang this.
Always sang this.
Playing with the Queen of Hearts. Yeah, man. Knowing it can really start. The joker and the only fool to do anything for you. Laying out another lie. Thinking about a life of crime. Maybe something else. How about
dial to the right.
Yeah. Johnny Cash.
The Man in Black.
I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling round the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. Maybe something else.
Turn to the left.
Yeah.
Go that way.
Oh, Fiona Apple.
Fiona Apple.
There you go. Oh.
Not so much.
Maybe it's just some news.
News is good.
News.
Yeah. Not my day, Dan.
No.
Writing a book is the adventure of a lifetime. Red Penguin Books take pride in giving our authors a publishing experience that is stress-free and celebratory all the way. Some of our authors first approach us with no more than an idea for a book that's ready to sprout. Others submit completed manuscripts. Whether you're at either end or anywhere in between, our goal is to get you published. At Red Penguin Books, we offer options and opportunities that are unique in the world of publishing, and all of them are designed to keep you, the author we so deeply respect, in the driver's seat. unlike other publishing houses. So, if you want to write a book and are looking for a publisher, we've got you covered. Red Penguin Books deal in publishing services, book development, and ghostwriting for digital, print, and audiobook. Call us at 516-448-4993 or visit our website www.redpenguinbooks.com.
Hey, welcome back to America. This is DB Frick, and I'm coming back today with a really funny guy, one of Long Island's own, and living out from LA right now. You can tell because of all the sun behind him. Yeah, all the sun and trees, the perpetual nice trees. Matt is known as a prankster. He's an actor. He's a comedian. Very funny, handsome, beautiful-haired man. Matt McManus. Thanks for coming on the show. I really appreciate you being here.
I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, you're one of the funniest guys around, by the way. So it's important to note that. One of the things that you're really popular for, and you are a celebrity in your own right, is McMayhem.
Yes.
I remember once coming back from LA to New York. I went to a bar one night, and the guy that I met at the bar, I went there with a girl that I had met to do an interview with.
I remember this.
And the guy at the bar knew you, and was like, this guy was talking about being a cross-dresser. And I mentioned, I was like, oh, do you know Matt McManus? And he's like, yeah, I know Matt McManus. I forgot who this guy is. It's like 6 years ago. But I was like, I even came back from LA to New York, and somebody knew you. And I thought, like, that's great. It's just, like, important to get those moments in this this very, very big but small world. So when was the first time that you put on women's clothes?
The first time I put on women's clothes, my younger brother Phil, who's a decorated Marine Special Forces guy, very serious, stoic man. But as a child, he loved putting my mom's clothing on, and he was young. He was probably 5. And he would just walk around in, like, her fur coats, and sometimes he would, like, put one of her weird, like, French hats on. I used to just throw that. I have a twin sister too, so my mom. This is the real answer. My mom failed to acknowledge the fact that I was a boy for a very long time. So anything that my twin sister wanted to do, my mom automatically just threw me into. For example, my sister wanted to go to ballet class, and my mom didn't want to send me to baseball and my sister to ballet. She was like, Matt, you're doing ballet. So I put tights on, I put ballet shoes on, and I learned how to dance ballet in effeminate clothing at 7 years old.
Wow. That's, wow. That's, do you have issues with your mom because of this now?
No, I have issues with my mom because she was an addict and is recovered and wonderful. But based on some of those addictions, I would leave to go to school in the morning, and the living room would be where the living room was in the house. The dining room would be where the dining room was in the house. When I would come home from school, the entire house was rearranged. The dining room was where the kitchen was. The kitchen was where the living room was. The basement is where the attic was, and all the furniture was changed. The wallpaper was changed. There was stenciling, and the drapes were changed. She was so uncomfortable with the way things were, status quo, that she changed the status quo from day to day. And
it almost sounds like a Monty Python sketch.
It's like Monty Python mixed with Noises Off, mixed with a Jerry Springer show.
Wow. Okay. You're known, again, for McMayhem, which I love saying. Sometimes I say it over and over in my head when I'm driving. You're known for pranks, and I guess it's a couple-part question, but what inspired you to do pranks? What was the first prank that you did? And do you have a dream prank? Like, if you had all the money in the world, like, what would you do if you could?
Wow, that's a great question. I don't necessarily call them pranks, although you have to put yourself in a box in Hollywood. Like, there's a line from Entourage where Jeremy Piven's trying to convince Vinny Chase to do a superhero movie, Aquaman, right? And he's like, listen, you have to do Aquaman. Tom Hanks had to fuck a fish in order to get Forrest Gump. You know what I'm saying? So it's apparent that you have to be placed in a box in order to break out of it. So I guess I arrived at pranking by way of my father. He would wake up in the morning on Saturdays and call my mom's brothers and sisters, of which there were 9. And he would put on a voice and he would say, hello, I'm selling diapers today. We got all kinds of diapers. Who wants diapers? And my aunts and my uncles would say, you know, sir, our kids are grown. You know, we don't need diapers anymore. And he would say, we have all sizes and all shapes. You never know when it's going to hit. If I do 3 shots of Jack Daniels tonight, I'm going to poop my pants. You always want to be ready. And so my dad, like, someone would pull over next to my dad at Robert Moses Beach in the summertime and in a convertible and ask my dad if he had Grey Poupon, like, you know, making fun of the commercial. And he would say, I don't have Grey Poupon, but I could get the fuck out of my car right now and take a dump in your convertible. You want me to do that? So my dad also was the kind of guy that would go to Field 5 at Robert Moses and tell me at 9 years old to take a walk with him west to the nude beach and rate boobs. What do you give those boobs? What do you give those boobs? And I was 9.
You put 9.
I was 9 rating boobs at Robert Moses Beach. Now, to answer your question about pranking, I was raised in a reality that was consistently shifting. My dad led me to believe when I was 5 that when I was born, he paid an entrance fee for me to be a member in every room that ever existed. So I believed that I had infinite power and that I was allowed into any room. Like, for example, I'd be like, Dad, I'm a member at the grocery store. He said, yeah. He's like, I'm like, the library? He said, yeah. I'm like, the Grand Central, terminal? He said, yeah, you are a member everywhere. So I believed that I could go anywhere I wanted and do anything based on these membership privileges. And when I got to be an adult, I continued that process. I'm kind of introverted in the sense that I'm quiet when I'm alone. But when you put me in front of 100 people, I can manipulate the crowd. And when I realized with this character that I had that ability in public, I created my own art form called human graffiti. And that's what I consider my pranking to actually be. The street is a canvas, the people are paintbrushes, and I'm the conductor. And my dream prank, I had this girlfriend named Dana from Long Island, Dana, and she was really silly. We didn't get along back in the day, but we get along now as friends. And when we were breaking up, she wanted an Audi convertible her whole life, and she hates hot dogs. I wanted to fill an Audi convertible with hot dogs and deliver it to her house. So, and the deal is she could keep the car if she eats the hot dogs. So, okay, that was a dream prank of mine. But honestly, I want the superpower and the ability to control loudspeakers at large events, like at Dodgers games and at concerts. I want to be able to call people out and say, and say things as silly as, we have a special diarrhea bathroom on the 3rd floor. If you have diarrhea, please make your way over to the 3rd floor and ask for Gavin. I want to throw nonsense into the world with loudspeakers and manipulate large crowds of people. That's my ultimate prank.
How do you keep your hair so luxurious and thick?
You know what? I'm glad you asked that, because my baby mama actually gave me this haircut because my hair got unruly. And the goal during quarantine was to look like Patrick Swayze in the end, hair-wise. I got there, right? I got there, but we had a heat wave, right? We had I have a picture somewhere that I could send you of this waves, but we had a heat wave, and it got way too unruly, and the left side of my hair is, for lack of a better explanation, extremely thick and kind of like a different ethnicity's kind of hair. It grows like you would see in Asians' hair to grow. Like, some of their haircuts are like awesome, but you can tell they have to cut certain areas of their hair shorter because it's just going to stick straight out like a porcupine. And that's the left side of my head.
So you're going for K-pop? K-pop?
Yes, I have a K-pop haircut.
Sure. I've had the same. Mine is a peel-off. I have a peel-off thing.
Was that racist, what I just said? Yeah, it was. I didn't mean that in any way.
I'll edit it out if you don't want that in. I didn't think about that. But
for the record, I'm not comfortable. No, I'm just for the listeners and the watchers. My girlfriend's Asian. That doesn't make me exempt. But I'm just saying that I believe that the left side of my hair is akin to an Asian hair.
Oh yeah, I'm the one who said K-pop, and I don't know. I have a huge Korean audience, so maybe I should be careful. Now, oh yeah, all right. If you're so good at pranks, prank me now. Prank me right now.
Check your texts.
Okay, let's see what we got here. All right. I'm going to show this. I hope this isn't pornographic. Let's see. Oh no! Oh God! Pregnant.
I'm pregnant.
Now I believe that. So you've been You said that we were speaking before, and you said you've been performing since you were 8. What was your first? What was your first time on a stage?
I was 8, and I was in whatever grade that is, and they had a school play in the elementary school in the gymnasium, and I remember walking with my class to one day, and I heard the teacher behind me say, "Matt has to be the principal in the play," like the next Steve Martin. I didn't know who Steve Martin was. I was 8, and I went home that day and asked my mom, and she played me The Jerk, the movie, and the next day I went into school, and I was like, "I overheard you saying I should be the principal. I want to be the principal in the school play." And I had to sing the song "Ease On Down the Road," whatever that play is from. Ease on down the road.
Now that's racist. Now that's inappropriate that they made the white kid sing that.
I don't remember the context of that song aside from the fact.
That's from The Wiz. That's from the sequel to The Wizard of Oz, The Wiz, the all-black version of The Wiz.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
yes.
This was 1988. So, yeah, right. This was
Matt, take a minute to plug yourself. Tell everybody where to go, where to see you. Where can they see more of you?
On all the socials, my name is @Matty, Matty, P as in Peter, McManus. So Matty P. McManus on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And my website is itsmattmcmanus.com. And you could get to my music from there in the music tab. But if you go on any of the streaming platforms, you could type in #MCM or Man Crush Monday. And my first project, Problem Child, is on there. And in 1 month, I will be releasing a 13-song full-length comedy rap album called Classical Music. And I just released the first song of that called Dad Shit, which is about being a dad. It's a gangster rap song about being a dad. And but the full-length album is incredible, and it's unlike anything else because there's not going to be 14-year-old tat-faced kids looking up to me, wanting to be me. It's going to be dads and moms my age and older that'll look down at me and say, "Man, I should have kept rapping at some point."
Right.
Because
right.
So I know where my demo is, and I'm gunning for it real hard.
I'm really glad you were able to do this with me today, and thanks for coming on. Welcome back to America. And we'll be right back right after this.
Me llaman Don Pablo y hace más de 20 años me enamoré de una colombiana. Viajé a su país y conocí un estilo de café muy distinto, muy especial. Ahora tostamos cafés excelentes, con alturas y microclimas diferentes, resultado en una taza muy compleja y muy rica, un sabor nuevo en el mundo. Fue un éxito. And I even got to keep the girl.
Hey everybody, this is DB Frick. Welcome back to America. I am with one of the funniest people around. I've known this guy for about 20 years. He's worked with, he's worked with Howard Stern. He was an MMA host. He has done so many things. He's doing a show now that should be in Vegas right now. You know, Billy Mira. Thanks for coming on, Billy.
Thank you. Thank
so
you,
much.
Dan. Pleasure being here.
You will go down as one of the most remembered Long Islanders ever. I think that you're going to be on a list of 100 people with like Teddy Roosevelt at the top, and you're in a list of the greatest people from Long Island ever.
I will. If I have my own Sagamore Hill, I'm very happy.
Which I lost my virginity there, by the way. I actually lost my virginity on Sagamore Hill. I just want to get into it because we don't have much time. But what made you want to get on the stage? It's usually, I mean, as a kid or as an adult, whenever it happened, what made you want to get on stage?
I was short, so it was something that would elevate me a little bit, just so I could see over people. No, I have no idea. I have no idea. It was kind of scary to me in the beginning when I looked at the stage, and as a little kid, you look at it, but then I got used to it. It was something. So it was a place to me I looked at where all these wonderful things happen. So I had to be a part of it. You know,
that's great.
And then all of the other things that are in your mind become unleashed once you get to that stage that somehow are suppressed when you walk off of it. So who knows if it's a psychological thing. You walk,
right.
Move over here, all of a sudden creativity, go over here. Not so much.
Like I've noticed actually, if I'm sick and I have to get on stage and work, I forget that I'm sick. I think it goes away.
Yeah. It's like all rules are off. All bets are off.
When did you...
That's what they should do to cure COVID. Put people on stage. Listen, go on stage. That's it.
That is what I'm trying to say. What was the first impression? Where was the first time that you knew that you could do impressions, or that you liked doing impressions, or that someone said, wow, you do great impressions?
Eddie Murphy, man. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Nobody knows I do that one. I've never done that one. So, yeah, when I was a kid, a friend of mine, let me tell you something. You know what? I've never done that impression anywhere before. This is the first time I ever did it. I was saving that one in the back pocket, but I gave it to you, Dan. That's right. That's what I did. So,
you just unveiled the Eddie Murphy.
The Eddie Murphy.
Well, you know what? And we're going to go into him right now because he's someone who said he was going to get back on stage doing stand-up before the whole COVID thing happened. Do you think he's going to do it now?
I definitely think he's going to do it.
You think he's still going to do it? Okay.
I got something itching inside of me. I won't come out. I'm going to get funny again. Yes, I am. Yeah. You're a funny guy, too. Good... You're a funny guy, too. I know. I can see it in your eyes. You got the funny eyes. You know what I mean? I'm in funny eyes. You're a funny man.
I want to ask your characters a few questions, if you don't mind. One of your most famous, probably what made you famous, is your impression of Ozzy Osbourne. Now, Ozzy, I wanted to know, when was the last time you ate a bat?
First of all, I can't even remember what I ate last night, let alone the last time I ate a bat. But the last time I ate a bat, I think I was at Wrigley Field. I hit a home run.
You know, Al Pacino, Chino, I have a question for you. Can you use your very famous line, woo-ha? Can you use that in a sentence?
I was using woo-ha years ago. I was ahead of my time. You know why? As I knew COVID-19 was coming. Hoo-ah! And I knew where it was coming from. You understand me? I'm in the dark over here, Dan. I have to look out to nowhere. I'm in the dark.
What's that from? What is that from? I'm in the dark.
I think it's from Scent of a Woman.
Okay, it could be. Okay. He has so many famous lines.
Charlie. That's when he talked like this.
One of your most iconic moments, and what makes you actually a legend, in my opinion, is David Lee Roth. You got to be David Lee Roth for a whole day on Howard Stern. One of the most important days on Howard Stern in the history of Howard Stern, actually. So I wanted to ask David Lee Roth, when was the last time you were on drugs?
When was the last time I was on drugs? Is there such thing as going back in time? Because we would have to go back and forward in time. I could do that. Yeah, Einstein, you know. I would say the last time, the question, if we were going to properly phrase that, would be, when was the last time you were sober?
Good answer, David. Good answer.
It's like saying, is it good morning or good night? Wow!
And he's still around, which is amazing. John Travolta, one of the most famous people in the history of the world. What is your favorite thing about Scientology?
You know my favorite thing about Scientology is, it's a safe haven. It's almost like the safe haven, like the way the priesthood, the church is a safe haven for priests. It's a safe haven for actors. All right, if you know what I mean. That's an inside joke, all right?
Oh, I get it. Now, Rodney, if you could do anything now, what would it be that you would do?
You know, I'd start my own social media website. You know, I'd call it "Sit on My Facebook." Yeah, that's right.
Love the Rodney. Rodney.
Boy, I'll tell you, I love you too. You know, I like being here. I like being anywhere.
Rodney from Beyond the Grave. I want to finish up with De Niro, another very famous person. How do you pick your movies, Robert?
I don't pick my movies. I pick my movies the same way I feel with my hands. Huh? Is that the best you could do? Is that the best question you can give me? What's wrong with you? Huh? I don't pick them.
That was great. We covered a wide array of what you do. You must have dozens. We know you have dozens of voices that you could do.
It's been a while since I did that rapid fire impression thing. That was good. That was a good exercise there, John. Thank you so much for that.
And it's these are like perfect. These are things that you do in your big band act too.
Yes,
you do these voices, and you do sketches and sort of interact with the band and have a lot of great music.
Yeah, now I do more of like characters talking to characters in the show, so it's really evolving in that aspect, which then introduces the next song and medleys, and you know, it's been a lot of fun. It allows me to do everything I do in one show. Billy Mira and the Hitmen.
Yeah, and there's a couple of recordings of that online. If anybody wants to check it out, it's under, just Google Billy Mira and the Hitmen. It's the only group of that name.
It's the only Billy Mira and Hitmen in the whole world. Imagine that.
I just want to finish up with a couple more questions. And what do you think of my shirt?
I think you should ask me about my shirt. I mean, if this shirt doesn't put me on if it doesn't make me gay, I'm on the waiting list. That's for sure. I think about your shirt, Dan. I think when that shirt comes back in style, you're going to get a lot of ass, and you know it, my friend.
Hey, you're probably right, though.
I stole that one. I stole that one.
Even the shirt's not going to help. There's nothing that can help that. I want to just this last bit. Is this the 3-part question? I want to know, where do you see yourself in 5 minutes? Where do you see yourself in 3 years? And where do you see yourself in 50 years?
Wow, that's a big. All right, well, I'll start in 5 minutes. Is it 5 minutes?
Sure, 5 minutes works. Yeah, where do you see yourself in 5 minutes?
I could be on the crapper in 5 minutes.
Probably.
In 3 years, I'd love to be in Vegas with be back in Vegas with my own show in my own room in one of the theaters out there. That would be it. So I could go from the crapper to Las Vegas. And in 50 years, if I could see it all, it doesn't matter where I am. As long as I wake up, I smell the rose, and I get to look at your beautiful face, Dan, I'm happy. If I could see you in 50 years, if I open my eyes, see you, my son, and my family, if everybody's still alive.
That'd be magical.
That'd be good. That'd be good. You. And if I could see you.
Billy, thank you for so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me, brother.
And I look forward to seeing you in person very soon. And everyone should check out Billy's live show.
Yeah, so we didn't have to wear masks because there's no perspiration right here. There's no.
Despite that, I did put on deodorant before we started.
Really? I don't know what that smell was. You know what I mean? And I have a new. And Mac is coming out with a new scratch and sniff screen. Yeah.
What's it called?
It's going to be scratch. I don't know. It's going to be called. I don't know. Scratch. It's going to be called Scratch Your Face.
Okay, I like that. Okay.
Scratch. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. But I say it's scratch and sniff because they don't like you to touch things and touch your face now. That's how they say this.
Right.
It spreads.
I make the connection now. Billy, thank you so much for coming on. We will chat again soon.
All right, brother.
Welcome back to America. We'll be right back. Billy, one of the things that you did was you released a video during the pandemic. And how'd you go about that process?
I like to record myself singing songs. So during the whole pandemic, I saw a lot of people on Facebook doing Facebook Lives, and I thought, you know what? Let me create a piece of art. Let me put this to good use. And I recorded a song that was very near and dear to me called "If You Could Read My Mind." Came out great. I wound up shooting the video, editing, recording everything myself within a month, and I just put it out, and it was a great response to it. So I'm going to do a lot more of those. I think a lot of, made us think a little out of the box during the pandemic, and I think, you know what? I'm going to release more of those videos.
Yeah, it was a beautiful video. I also saw a video of a picture of you at Eisenhower Park by the Harry Chapin Theater doing a show to thousands of no one, which was great. 'Cause I think you were supposed to do a show that night there or something like that. And
I can't remember if it was supposed to be there that night or it was supposed to be somewhere. So everybody got together, and I said, wouldn't it be funny if I just went out in front of an empty field, in front of this big empty field, and just, started singing with a little microphone. So that was the big joke, was like, hey, I'm here. I'm here. So, and protected. So that was
awesome.
a lot of fun.